The lights are on. We've got 5 lights.
And it's lights out and away we go!
Oh, wheel spin from various parties. Carrots had an absolutely
lots
mega
of wheel
start.
spin. Lots of
Looking
wheel
at the
spin.
inside of Exotic. This is important. Exotic's on those medium
Oh,
tires.
we've got a
Carrot needs to
spinner.
get a move on.
Someone spun around. I think that's I think it's Mello. Oh, there's carnage everywhere. I saw a car spinning round. Mello has got a huge wing damage, and a virtual safety car has been deployed. So some carnage going into
the
turns
Alpha
1
that
and
came
2.
off worse as well. Wylap, he started P4. He's down
Wylap
into
gets
P19.
spun round. I saw it was one of the Alfa Romeos, but neither of them have fared terribly well. What sort of damage has Wylap got? He has. He's got a busted front ring. So you can see a 1-stop medium to hards, potential 2-stop from medium softs, and then onto another set of mediums. We're going to see what these drivers do now. That is not ideal.
Great start for Vader. He's up 6 into P6. He had a cracking start. The Carrots gain 1. He's up to 4. Storm's up 2 to 5. Vader is up 6 to P6.
Wow.
Virtual safety car is ended. Oh, Snacks a little nibble of the gravel. Go away with it.
Oh, it's a bit of a tow train down there. Spongy Bobby, I have indeed. I've been testing it today, my friend. But so Toad Carrot makes up a place, as you said. Vader, really the big winner.
He's up 6 to 6. Agent's up 3 to 7. Abbott's up 1 to 8. Mercy's lost 1. Dutch is up 4 to 10. Hansen up to 11th. He's up 5. Moss down 1. Flecky's up 2.
Now
VXR is up 3.
Pit stop
Ellis
strategies are suggesting all go on to hard tyres until the end of the race. So maybe it might be a bit trickier to push those medium tyres. Hards are going to be the safer option. But we'll see what our drivers feel like as the race goes on.
Yeah.
See, Snacks 22.
No choice for these guys at the back, and just to compound his misery, Wylap had to double stack behind Mello in the pits. So it's just gone from wrong to worse for Wylap, unfortunately.
We can see the tyre that has been fitted, so a few guys that have had to box early have gone on to hard tyres early doors. Probably the smarter decision, and I hope that maybe a little safety car towards the end of the race gets them back into it, can go on some softs, maybe some mediums. But right now, the most important part of this race for Snacks, I think, is to try and eke out a big enough gap so when the DRS becomes available, he can.
Available this lap.
It is
Available this lap. He has 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 corners to try and get out of it. I think
Wylap is off again.
I think the DRS detection is coming up here. I don't think he's going to do it this lap. He might have just snuck it, actually.
Oh, Wylap and L.
I don't know where the line is.
Not sure if you can see. He's damaged his front wing. We had a yellow flag in Sector 3. He's now back into the pit lane for a second time in almost as many laps. It is not the Dutchman's... it's not his day. It's not his day. I think we can say that for sure. A new front wing and medium tyres now goes on. He's got a very tough job to try and get back into the points, I believe. Look at this. The front runners are now starting to lap him already as we start lap 4. This is it's not ideal. Not an ideal
It's tough to watch, isn't it? It's pretty much a race over before it's even begun, to be honest.
Now things are set to get even more interesting. We've got Exotic in P3. That gap between Snacks and Ultra has moved out, but Toad Carrot looking pretty racy. 6 tenths behind and on quicker soft tyres. Can Toad Carrot find a little way past over the next few laps? I feel like an overtake here is something you've got to build up. It doesn't seem to
100%.
happen, just on one lap. You've got to be consistent for about 3, 4, maybe even 5 laps. Using that DRS, using Euros properly, and it's a marathon, not a sprint kind of thing. You've got to be a little bit little bit more tactful about things, I think is the best way
It's
to
important for
describe it.
these guys though. So you're looking at Carrot, Storm, Vader, Agent, Abbott. They're on faster tyres than Exotics. So to make their strategy work, they can't afford to be held up behind him. Carrot's going to get. Carrot has got the DRS though.
And this is the thing, it's
So
not
that's
the
step
longest
one.
straight,
Make sure
is it?
you're in that. It's not. No, I mean it's step one. You've got to get into the DRS, and then you just chip away at it every DRS zone and wait for the opportunity.
Let's have a look. Looks like Moss is having a good battle here. VXR was poking a nose in. Oh, Moss down the inside. He's on slower medium tyres. Can't quite hook it up down into turn one. We got Mertzy ahead. Oh, can Moss do it round the outside? Oh, that was so close. Great racing between these two.
Yeah, it's just a nice train of 5 here. Mercy leads it, and then it's Moss, VXR,
It's a
both racing
close
points,
train.
and then it is Hansen at the back of the train, just biding his time. Interesting enough, MK2 Ellis starting on the hard tyres. Flecky went for mediums, Hansen went for mediums, Assassin on mediums.
Oh, is he trying again? It seems like Mercy's just getting chronic understeer.
Yeah, is he missing any bits?
Yeah, I think he is front left. I think I can see it there. Just on the front left. Yeah, surely Moss is going to get the move done here. Oh, Mercy leaves in the space. Moss needs to go right round the outside with the cleaner wing.
Oh,
He's going to get it done.
MK2 Ellis and VXR are both round.
Oh, really?
Tangled together there.
Yep. Oh, a little tangle between them two is not ideal. Obviously getting a little bit close. Moss gets it done, but isn't going to have the DRS. Is Mercy going to come back at him? He does. Mercy gets the move done. Now Flecky's trying to get back involved. Oh, Moss has got to be careful with poking his nose in there.
This is the difficulty. The overtaking line is the inside, but the
Oh,
problem is Mercy is on those quicker soft tyres. He's got the grip around the outside, which is what is making this difficult.
Oh, big
Still Concertina,
the
eeny
knock-on
weeny
effect,
accidenti.
man.
Doesn't seem to be any wing damage to anybody though, thankfully.
I think Flecky has just lost a part of his front wing. We were on board with him, and yeah, you can see
He's got
Flecky's
both
end plate.
He's got both end plates on my screen, but
I was his left end plate is gone on mine for Flecky. He went into the back of Moss, where Mercy had to brake that little bit more into that tight left-hander. He's gone in that concertina effect. So Flecky can see.
Moss has done it
back.
though. Moss is free.
has done it. Wow.
A nice bit of clean air in front of him as well now.
Wow. Okay. This is the thing on those medium tyres, and with the DRS, he's got to make sure he's pulling away. Mercy's obviously needing to.
As I said, it's always tough because you're naturally instincted to go to the inside to overtake, but the soft tyres have got so much more grip that you can actually hang it out around the outside, and it's probably the better line. Sometimes in that situation, you're almost better forcing the soft tyre guy wide, on the inside, and just sharpen up the angle for him and try and beat him on the traction out. But easier said than done.
Flecky goes on to hard tyres, so he's going to have some work to do. But if anyone can pull something incredible out of a hat, it's Flecky 3-2-1. That I can.
He's not too far off. He's only sort of 3 laps around there, 3-4 laps off of the window for
yellow in sector
soft
2.
hard.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a Renault facing the
Abbott
wrong way. I think
Gaming.
it's Abbott.
It is indeed. Can't see many around him, but he's missing a solid chunk
Yeah, he's missing
of
an
his
as well.
front wing.
Maybe snagged on the
and,
wall somewhere.
A bit more. Not ideal. He's now got Moss catching up to him.
he's
Moss
pretty
has
much
got to be
missing-
careful here because
That
he's
is
going
going
to
to be
catch up
understeering
with
like a shopping trolley because he's missing the entire structure of that right-hand side.
Oh, he's surely going to come into the bit. Yeah, Moss is trying to follow him to get a little bit of slipstream. Is that Mercy? Mercy dives into the pits as
Mercy's
well.
blinked as well. So this is clever for Mercy. Rather than take the extra stop, he's literally hung it out, struggled another couple of laps. He could potentially take hards to the end here.
That's what
Early in the window.
Is not a bad strategy call by Mercy.
So it's a very, very smart decision. He's obviously worked out that, look, if I can put up for this for 2 laps, I'm not going to lose anywhere near as much as I would with an extra pit stop. So it's worth taking. Going to come out behind Flecky in 17, but you're looking at these guys are the first really that are going to go to the end.
Well, speaking of battles, a little bit further up the grid, we can see Lord Vader very, very close to Storm Twister, again within that 1 second. But Snacks has pulled out an incredible 3.6 second gap. Just needs to keep that up, and he's going to be surely just a simple one stop, maybe onto hard tyres, and bringing home a home Grand Prix victory.
Yep.
Only lap 9 though. Only lap
still a very
9.
long way to go.
Very long way to go. The amount of drama we've seen already.
Yeah, I mean, as he will attest to, it takes one corner to ruin your day. I'm thinking Australia last season, and in the Friday League. But that's all it takes. With the speeds that these guys are going, it just takes one corner and you're gone. MK2 Ellis is not having a good time at turn 1 this race day. It's the second time he's been pitched around by that inside curb. He's missing another end plate.
With Exotic Plains, he's currently sitting P3, about 2 seconds behind Callum Ultra, and bear in mind he's on medium tyres here, so he's doing really well, keeping pretty damn close to these front runners on soft. Managing the pressure to Toad Carrot well. Could he be potentially someone at the end to pit for a higher step on the podium?
Absolutely, because he's at the point now where this is the crossover point, so the mediums and the softs are about the same. So the soft guys are only ever going to lose more and more time, whereas he's going to be able to sort of pump on a little bit longer. So these are the laps that he really needs to make count, because these are the laps that it's turning towards his favour in terms of the tyre war.
I'm interested to see when Carrot is going to blink and go onto some mediums or hard tyres. This is the thing. There's such a long way to go. But 26 on hards, doable for Storm. Maybe. He's coming to the pits, comes out in P9. He's also repping the Bluefoxx lid. We love to see that. But 26 laps on hard tyres, that sound possible?
Yeah, easy. Round here, the soft hard, the windows from 9 to 11. I think up to 13 if you can hold him, but I don't think he'll have any trouble going to the end, which is promising considering he's come out in P9.
It's not bad. I mean, already I know he's on newer tyres. He's sticking pretty close to Moss here. Going to get some DRS out of this corner as Dutchter makes a move on 8.
This could be very interesting. Sorry to cut across you there, Blue. Snacks has gone on to a set of mediums. Surely he can't be pushing those to the end. If he is stopping here, Callum Ultra's got a great chance if he turns this to a soft hard one stop.
I mean, we did say, didn't we, tyre wear was not the hardest. Let's not forget he's driving on a wheel, can be a little bit softer with his inputs, and I think with the gap that he had, he can afford to maybe do a little bit of tyre management, just be sensible. He's basically on the quicker alternative tyre. I think maybe he's just hedging his bets. Maybe a late safety car means he can jump in, but I mean, it all depends how well he can save those tyres, because Exotic on what it could be soft tyres at the end. Ooh, okay, that could make things very interesting. But let's see how long Ultra can go on those softs then. He's arguably going to be making those medium tyres. Really
he may be similar. If Exotic stretching the mediums, if Ultra can stretch these soft, he might be even looking at a soft medium as well. He'll have substantially newer tyres than Snacks. Yep. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the pit lane loss is nothing around here. Snacks has come in off a 4-second lead. He's come out 6 seconds behind. So it's not a lot around here at all.
Oh, it's so exciting. It is, honestly, this is the phase of the race where I start getting really, really invested on what tyres people on, this is where the strategy starts to play out, especially here where really you can push a one stop. You can see who's the risk takers, you can see who's playing it safe, but then you can start to see just kind of the style that they're driving. Are they tyre saving? Maybe they're having to do a bit of fuel saving as well. We know from running some of the 5 laps and some of AJ's research, running in rich fuel is tough around here. Let's see what Ultra goes hards.
Yep.
Whoa, different strategies then between the championship leaders. Alrighty, gonna come out behind Lord Vader.
I like this call from Ultra. He's basically saying to Snacks, he says, look, you better make them last, otherwise you need the gap.
It forces Snacks to drive a certain way. We're going to see how...
Oh, he's got to make a decision right here, right now. If he gets caught in two minds here, he's going to leave it too late to pit, or he's going to come up short in terms of tyre wear. So this gets Snacks thinking very, very, very early.
We're not even halfway. And we're starting to see these strategies start to play out. It's consistency as well. Again, we've said it.
Yeah.
One corner can catch you out. WKD Moss still looking pretty racy on those medium tyres. So at what point are you backing the likes of Exotic and WKD Moss, VXR as well, Hansen, who all started on medium tyres? Whenabouts are they going to be looking to come in, do you think?
You're looking anywhere sort of 15 onwards, really. Okay. It just depends on how much you want to eke them out. As I said, if you've been careful from the start and looked after them really well, yeah, why not go for a medium soft?
Exactly what
especially
Vader's
with some of the gaps opening up.
Vader's now gone on to medium tyres. He's going to the end.
So now what we need to watch here is the gap between Ultra and Snacks. If it stays around the same, you think Snacks is tyre saving and trying to do the soft medium. If it's extending, Snacks is committed to the 2. It'd be very interesting to keep an eye on that sort of timesheet, but it's also nice to see the time from Snacks to Exotic. He doesn't look as if he's adjusted to Exotic's pace, which doesn't suggest to me that he's saving in tyres.
Exotic Planes left the
he's disconnected.
Oh my goodness me. Has he had a complete DC? Pulsey, good to see you in here. It has been a while. His and his driver is now starting to cause some serious problems. He's now coming into the pits.
Yeah, his AI is pitted. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that is a little bit of heartbreak here, and even worse, just putting him on softs. Oh damn, that is not really what we want to see.
So
it seems like Exotic has DC'd. And is needing to fire up the game. It has put him onto. So you should be able to join back, Exotic. You should be able to join back,
Exotic, because your car is in the race. Yep.
Oh damn! We've had a few issues like this. Obviously, last week we had Mertzy. There was a big collision at Baku as well, where Mertzy's battery ran out in the controller, and it caused a huge accident. But Exotic Planes.
Oh, interesting. So
softs
that's
anyway.
saying he wanted softs, yeah.
Whether that's real or not, I'm not sure.
Committed. Oh, it committed to an aggressive two-stop if that is the case.
It's very aggressive, that is for sure.
And if you are going to two-stop around here, you do want a medium soft.
Oh man, Flecky retires from the session.
Yeah, he's got tangled up with a Haas, so that's Mertzy. Mertzy missing a very large amount of his furniture on this front wing.
Oh, we can see it, on the front left.
That may as well not be there, quite frankly.
Oh, end plate on the right as well. That is a bit of a battering. Obviously, not sure what has happened there, folks. So we got a virtual safety car on circuit with the field starting to be spread a little bit. Who's that? Moss. Oh, this has worked out nicely for Moss, who comes in, put hard tyres on under virtual safety car. This is going to make him up a few places, surely.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm Snacks, I'm considering banging on a brand new set of mediums with this virtual safety car assistance. Depends how long this virtual lasts.
Oh, it seems to be going up, but this is the thing, you can't bank on it. That's the one problem. You can't rely on it happening. I mean, he's coming up to now. Hansen has a drive
Hansen's second week in a row gets caught up with his right foot. That is a speeding under the VSC, but given the way this gap is going up, it looks like Snacks is committed to driving hard and going for the 2 stop.
Do you reckon?
Because that gap is flying up.
I mean, he's going to need what, maybe 18 seconds just to be.
No, it's not even that.
Sure, not even that.
It's around 15.
About 15 seconds. Wow.
It's around 15.
If he keeps pushing, he can surely push these medium tyres to a lap. I don't know, 25. Certainly with the that virtual safety car is going to help their tyre life. So maybe push to 24, 25, go to the end, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe even longer.
As I said, like 15 seconds generally is the gap. So normally you'd want sort of 17, 18 to give yourself that 3-second window. He doesn't have to come out in front, remember. If he can stretch this and goes onto soft tyres, Ultra's on hards. So as long as he comes out somewhere near Callum Ultra,
virtual safety car again. Sorry,
VSC again.
Go ahead. What's happened here?
All the dots are moving on the map, so that's not completely obvious where that is.
No, I'm trying to see if anyone's got some front wing damage. All cars look okay. Exotic being a little bit racy. I'm not sure if Exotic's realised that it's a virtual safety car. He's right behind Vader. He's backed off a little bit now. Exotic comes back into the session.
Yeah, so that's probably Vader passing Exotic's bot just before that safety car called, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
The AIs do love to be right on your gearbox.
Be a bit of a pain. He's down in P6 at the moment. Dutch Dirt gets a drive-through penalty, and it seems like Fresh Agent as well.
Yeah, that's a
VSC
shame.
Will catch you out.
They were both going to the end in P7, P8. And if you think Exotic stopping again with his with the few laps that he's had under AI control, that isn't far from ideal for the boys.
Not great from Dutch Dirt and Agent, both taking the time, the drive-through penalty immediately. Probably the smart thing to do, but that has not helped their race out in any way, shape or form. Waiting for the cars to come back round for the times to come back on. We can't see the intervals at the minute. The championship right now, we have a tie at the top of the Drivers' Championship. Both Snacks and Callum Ultra are tied on 79 points. For the Constructors, Mercedes are holding it by just the 1 point. So it's as close as it gets. Another virtual safety car.
Another VSC. Yeah. There's a Ferrari going slow. I don't know whether he's just backing off. That is Moss, but he doesn't seem like he's been in any trouble.
No, I think just maybe observing the delta, but that's 3 in about 2 laps. Not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, with no obvious origin either. I wonder if it's. I fear. Or I don't want to say it. Or wide laps out.
Tires.
So he's pulled into the pit lane.
I thought so. I think. Running P18 with 16 laps to go.
Yeah, I say, unfortunately, we said it didn't early on. Hansen again needs to watch his right foot.
There is a VSC glitch.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, Hazard, but that's what I'm thinking. What I was going to say before this one came out and we had stuff to report on is I was going to say maybe Exotic's EC has done something funky with the VSC, but let's all cross our fingers and hope it isn't that.
Well, you'd say that, Hansen, but it obviously it can't be. It can't be. Oh, no, I think it might be through to. So Wylap's car was on the side of the road. I just saw it. I think he pulled over to one side rather than the garage.
Yeah, so maybe retiring it in the garage. Yeah, maybe his AI just drove out again. Yeah, sometimes that happens.
He left the session as well, which is not ideal. Hopefully the server is.
Yeah, I say unfortunately not his day today.
Car.
Yeah, but safety car again.
I think it's probably not helped by the fact he's pulled over to one side and now left the session. So it seems that a glitch has been... okay, that's not helped. This is why we say not to leave the sessions. Yes, we can see that Storm Twister. The 8th person to point it out. Not a lot we can do here. It does run out eventually. It has a few moments. It always seems to be here. Didn't we have this in the 100%...
we had this in the 100% Friday League.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it on the Friday or even on the Sunday? With something, wasn't it?
I think it was the Sunday morning one. I think it was when we were racing with Virus. Yeah, we had a VSC glitch around there. But
there we go, back underway. DRS enabled
hopefully,
as well, so
everyone cross your fingers that it doesn't happen again.
let's hope we can get back underway with some sensible racing. But yeah, as Polsky says, there is a limit for them, so we just have to wait and see. Exotic about 0.6 of a second behind Vader here. Those soft tyres are definitely going to give him an advantage here.
Exotic, nice little move on Vader. Softer tyres, inside line. Ooh, Vader tried to tough it out around the outside of that little king. That's brave.
Does seem like normal racing is resumed. Exotic gets the job done, but that gap at the top of the field, 14.7 seconds. Pretty good. You're going to be feeling pretty comfortable right about now, it must be said, but he's got to make it count. He's going to have some traffic, he's going to have some things to battle with, but throws down the fastest lap of the race so far. Call you Mr. Stealth. I would if your Twitch name was Mr. Stealth, but it isn't. Oh, Blocky, he's catching up with Agent, but is really hitting those curbs. Way too aggressive through that slalom section. It's just, I've seen it a few times, certainly in his qualifying laps as well, just pushing it a little bit more. But big question I've got for you, AJ, has that virtual safety car glitch given Snacks the potential to go all the way to the end?
Yeah, I think that's what, 3 or 4 VSCs now. It might have just extended the life of those medium tyres. We're going to have to see. I mean, he's got a margin either way now. He's up to 15 seconds ahead of Callum Ultra, so you've got to think that even if he comes in now for softs, he's going to be near enough to Callum Ultra to do something, even on mediums. So he could probably push these out another 3 or 4 laps to give himself definite margin onto Callum Ultra, even if he did want to come in for softs for the fastest lap. I don't know where the fastest lap currently sits.
I think it is with Snacks. He said it literally last lap with a 112 something as well. So he's currently taking an extra point as well. Every point matters. So
yeah, I mean, he might be in a position eventually. I mean, you don't ever want to jinx it in terms of putting yourself vulnerable under a safety car or whatever. So, but he can afford to turn everything down. As you say, the comfort blanket you like is a second a lap.
About that,
he's approaching 2 seconds a lap, so he can afford to cruise at this point. Quite frankly,
yeah, it's arguably not worth it. One thing which could be interesting. So we've got Lord Vader in P6. He's got about 10 seconds, and he's on medium tyres. Maybe over the next few laps, if he can extend that gap to WKD Moss, maybe worth a little pit stop for some softs. Maybe come out, sit in the top 10, and try and get an extra point with the fastest lap.
Well, this is the thing. This might turn into a fastest lap battle, because Callum Ultra has a massive margin over Carrot. Carrot has a massive margin over Exotic. Exotic has a massive margin over Storm. Oh, Assassin's out.
Oh, no. Ooh, Sector 3, that is. We can't
Well, actually, do you know what? I'm actually not 100% sure that a lot of these... I'm looking at the gaps to the leaders, sorry. If I go back to intervals, so Callum Ultra has a bit of a margin over Carrot, not enough for a stop. Same with Exotic off of Carrot. That shouldn't be anything, because Assassin's halfway down the straight. So I think that will be cleared and nothing of that. But yeah, so that's generally a very good place to have it. It's generally wide enough, that pit straight, that you don't really see safety cars or VSCs. So
have a little look at Mr. Ellis.
I mean, there is that. He's under no threat here. He can literally stick it in lean. He can afford to be 2 seconds a lap slower, and Ultra won't get near him. What you don't want to do is throw away this 15-second buffer for a set of softs, and all of a sudden a safety car comes out, because Callum Ultra can come in for a brand new set of softs, and you're going to be right on each other. So yeah, it's one of those. You don't really want to take the risk at this point, unless Callum Ultra's gaining ridiculous amounts because you've ruined your tyres or you're in a threat of a puncture. There's literally no reason to move. You can just sit there and cruise home.
Now, I almost don't want to say it for fear of making it happen, but what if we had a late safety car, and with that gap between Snacks and Ultra, Snacks had already passed the pit lane entry before Ultra did? Could you imagine for Ultra to have that opportunity to come in early, whilst everyone is still under safety car speeds, and put on the quickest tyre to maybe have a go? I mean, could make things very interesting at the end of the race. It could make things
very interesting. I think what we're going to find here, I think Callum Ultra will assess this gap. We may well see a lap 34 pit stop for softs from Callum Ultra, leaving Snacks no time to react to it. But he needs the margin over Carrot, first of all. He needs to be sure that he can take P2. Either that's with a confidence with a pass, or doing him in the actual pit stop itself. But he needs that margin. We think Exotic's got to stop again, because this is his first set of softs still. So you got to look that Exotic's really got, if he is going to be pitting off these softs, he needs to give himself enough laps to get back past the likes of Moss, Vader, Storm.
Seems things are just starting to settle down a little bit in the race. You can see the gap starting to form, but we've got a few drivers, mainly, look, Mellow Cover has done 22 laps on these hard tyres. He's surely got to be looking to pit at some point soon. And as I called it, as we go on board,
he came in.
He comes. Wow, 23 laps in total, complete on the set of hards.
It's a good shift, that. Fresh agent. Second race in a row, he's looking at points.
Mellow Cover, I think, is going to come out top 10, and on a set of soft tyres. This could be a nice little points haul for Alfa Romeo, with Wylap retiring. This could be decent.
Max is pitted, Blue. He's on brand new mediums.
Ooh, indeed he has. Where's it? Okay, he's coming out. Oh, his Ultra comes around the banking section.
Straight. As I said, it's 15 seconds here. He had about that, and then some.
Enough. I think he's done more than enough. Oh, he's out well ahead.
Yeah.
Well ahead. Snacks now on brand new mediums, can comfortably go to the end. Did enough on that second stint of mediums. He's made it work, Foxes. That is a great drive from Snacks to pretty much guarantee his win. So long as there's no mistakes.
Exotics is in. Exotics in. He's now giving himself 9 laps to get back up to where he was. He'll be targeting Vader and Storm in 4 and 5.
Do you think he can? Well, look at Storm, 16 lap or hards. Carrot, 14 lap.
Is it too late though?
Well, this is it.
Is it too late?
He's got 10 laps.
8 seconds to make up. He's got 8 seconds to make up for Vader. Another 3 to Storm, and then 8 to Carrot.
I mean, what do you think the difference is going to be here? So he's on brand new softs.
I mean, inherently, when they're both new, it's about 1.1 seconds a lap.
So we're talking maybe 2
seconds. Given the boys have a wear, potentially 1.5 to 2, somewhere in that bracket.
We're going to be keeping an eye on him.
But he's only got 9 laps.
Well, this is it. The strategies have now, all the drivers and their strategies, they've basically dealt their hand. Cards are shown. So now we're going to see what it is they are made of. Exotic is surely going to be having the most fun. He's got nothing to lose. He's there in P6. He can throw that car around and look to get himself as many points as possible.
Does need to be careful though.
Well,
it is 9 laps. which usually is the start of the window, so he doesn't want to absolutely ruin these tyres in the first couple of laps. They do need to have a little bit of life left when he gets to these people.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, because meanwhile, Storm Twister did a phenomenal job, it must be said, on 17 lap old hard tyres.
Cracking race.
I mean, but this is the thing, with Mello pitting on 23 lap olds, and 23 lap old hard tyres, to go to the end of the race, is Storm Twister. I mean, surely these final few laps 34, 5 and 6 are going to be a bit of a struggle. Has he got enough? Has he got a big enough gap?
You'd like to think so. I mean, you got to think they should be all right. Mello's made his hards last 22.
This is it. Bomber 66
They're going to be around.
In the chat. When are each tyre type best? So it depends on a myriad of factors, such things like how many laps are left. Obviously, what point the race you're in as well, and what's happening around you. Right now, the hard tyres have the least amount of grip, but the most amount of durability. They last for ages. Medium tyres, as the name would suggest, in the middle. Soft tyres are rapid. They've got huge amounts of grip, but do not last anywhere near as long. So as you can see on the left hand side, you've got Callum Ultra, Toad Carrot and Storm Twister. They are on the least grippy tyres, and they are 15, 16 and 18 laps old. They're close to falling off the edge and not providing any grip whatsoever. Meanwhile, in P6, you've got Exotic Plains, who is on the fastest tyre possible. They are brand new, so the grip he is going to have around the corner means that he is closing in on them at a rate of knots. You can see he's already right on Lord Vader's tail, but the difficulty is those soft tyres aren't going to last as long. So this is the battle, this is the strategy, this is the balancing act that all the drivers have to take into account when they plan their strategy, when they choose what tyre to go on. They're balancing grip, speed and lap time versus durability. And
he needs to do this quickly as well. He needs to do this quickly. The longer it takes, he's looking further and further down the list and targets he can potentially get. So the question goes to you, Blue, at this point. This track, you having track position or tyre advantage?
Track position.
This is it.
Wow,
this is it for me. I think
so
this is the risk he does, but Vader and Storm have the advantage of track position. They can park it. If they park it sensibly, Exotic's got no choice.
I don't think Vader's going to be able to hold him, that is for sure. So a heavy tyre, so not a heavy tyre, a hard tyre. They can be seen, obviously, not only with the H, as you see on screen, but on the cars you can see they have a white stripe around them. There he goes, move done. Nice and simple. That extra grip, making that a very, very simple move with the DRS. Now he's got what, 4 seconds to go up the road?
He's got 4.3 to Storm down the road, and then another 8.3 to Carrot.
Oh.
It's going to be a tough ask. His ERS badge is not looking great either.
That is a long way to go for sure. Agent as well on 18 lap old hard tyres should be able to hold on and get some points.
One thing we know, Mercedes are going to be in for a great haul of points. They're going to pull away from the rest in the constructors.
Wow, this is it. They already had the one gap lead with no Redding here getting points. Ultra and Storm Twister definitely going to cement a lead at the halfway point in the season for the constructors. But wow, okay, 4 laps to go. Diamond Plays, good to see you in here. Jess as well, indeed. Deleted comment, good to have you in. Not sure Exotic has got enough laps to catch Carrot, though we know how fast Exotic is, says Toxic.
He's got to get Storm first. He's got to get Storm first. So the rate at which he's catching Storm has already come down. Has he ruined these soft tyres too early?
It could be down to the last lap. It really could be. Just needs to get in DRS.
He might be balancing fuel at this point. We've got to assume he's got the fuel to be able to use these soft tyres. But as things happen now, he's got 4 or 5 laps. He needs to get down 10. He needs to get half a second a lap and pass.
Meanwhile, Snacks firmly cementing his lead, now up to 5.6 seconds. Just an easy drive in on those 4-lap-old medium tyres.
Here we go. Here come the mind games, though. Caterham Ultra now has the gap, the carrot, should he want to come in for some soft tyres.
Oh, does he do it? Does he do it? I mean, it's an opportunity.
If he does, we're going to see it at the end of 34, because if he does it at the end of 34, Snacks can't come in.
That's very true. And with soft tyres, surely going to come out, and he'll have 2 bites at the cherry to take
no risk of a safety car as well, because you can't have a safety car in the last 2 laps or 3 laps of a race.
So
I would not be surprised. I'd not be surprised to see a Mercedes peel into the pits at the end of this lap. The problem
is he going to bite? Would you?
Snacks has to stay out.
Would you do it?
If I'm with Callum Ultra?
If you were Callum Ultra right now, would you come into the pits and put on those softs? You're doing it. What about you guys in the chat? If you are Callum Ultra right now, are you coming into the pits, putting on some brand new soft tyres in a bid to get that extra point for the fastest lap of the race? Hazard's going to pit. He's definitely going for it. We're going to see. We are going to wait and see. Meanwhile, look at Exotic. He is.
The thing is, Snacks has to stay out. There's no way that he can gamble. If Snacks gambles, Callum Ultra won.
We've got
Snacks carries definitely on. Is the Mercedes going to come in? Yes, he is. I like this play from Ultra.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Okay, there they go.
It's a no-brainer for me. He has the gap over Carrot. No risk of a safety car. Now, this is it.
Should be pretty cut and dry. Toad Carrot just about to cross the line. Ultra is going to be out. Might have a bit of traffic to deal with, but he's going to have 2 goes at taking the fastest lap. Pen and paper ready, AJ, for that fastest lap.
Yeah, but, the one question that he had, has he misjudged this? He needed to go the end of lap 34. I think he's chosen the end of lap 33.
Wow.
The Snacks might have the right of reply here, whether he feels he needs it.
Oh, no, I don't think I would. Take the race win and the championship lead. I wouldn't want to risk it if I were Snacks. Where is he at the minute? I mean, he's coming up to that corner. Banking, yeah. What's he going to do? Is Snacks going to come in to try and get that extra point? Oh, he's coming for it. He's going for it. He is going for every single point on the... Oh, my days. Oh, he gets it done. It's a pretty clean stop. So he's going to get it done. Meanwhile, Storm Twister is now right on... Exotic is right on Storm Twister's tail. Surely coming down at this start-finish straight, he's going to have enough to overtake him. Who knows? We're going to ride on board.
So here we go then. Callum Ultra's got 2 laps. Snacks has 1 lap. He's got an out lap and then a time lap.
Oh, Exotic's not got enough. He's not got enough on this penultimate
currently lap. Fastest lap is with Exotic at 11.3.
It is. Oh, let's see what... So we're expecting Callum Ultra to be setting the fastest lap this lap, but then maybe Snacks is setting it on the final lap of the race.
Last lap,
what a way to finish what is his home Grand Prix as well, taking not only pole, the win, but the extra point for fastest
Callum Ultra may wish that he had left it 1 more.
You can see he's definitely trying to charge up his battery as well. Or do you reckon Ultra's saving it? I don't know. Is he building up for one giant lap here?
Well, this is the last lap regardless.
Snacks crosses the line. This is his bid. What's Callum Ultra got? It's the fastest lap. It's a 1:11.3.
Yeah, so it is fastest lap. That's the dice. Has he got enough ERS to do this second run?
Oh, here comes Exotic.
Turn 1.
Oh, I think it's simple. Exotic on the final lap has gotten past Storm Twister. Woo!
Yep, so he's back to where he was when he's pitted, so that's job done for Exotic.
Toad Carrot,
he's had fastest lap taken from him in the process.
Sorry, Toad Carrot, 23 lap old hard tyres is set to take an astonishing podium. I think it's his first podium of the year, isn't it? I think
Yes,
it's
it
a
will be.
sensational drive.
Yeah, it'll be a sensational result.
Let's have a look on board then with Stacks 22. As we said, it's his home Grand Prix. He took pole position earlier on in the night. It has been a commanding race from him. Full 36 laps, leading pretty much every single one. Comes up to the line, wins race number 5,
Fastest
the
lap
Dutch
as well,
Grand Prix.
1:10.8.
Fastest lap, he takes it. Callum Ultra though comes in P2, doesn't go better. Toad Carrot though, what a drive from him. 24 lap old hard tyres to take the final podium position. Exotic P4, what a comeback at the end. Storm Twister puts it in the wall as he crosses the line for a giggle. Vader comes around the final corner as well. A solid P6, 22 laps on medium tyres. A great effort there. Dutchster, Moss in the points. Agent as well, and it seems like Mellow Cover will take the final point of tonight's race. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. There is some amazing drives happening there. Blocky finishes the points positions. Wow. Vader front left at 82%. Woo! Carrot,
Yeah,
3 tyres on
very
40, 1 on 60.
Dutchster gets in-game driver of the day, yes.
Wow, the hometown hero takes the trio for the second race in a row. Pole position, the race win, and the fastest lap. Oh, damn, this is a spicy championship. Absolutely. Let's have a little poll for driver of the day, shall we? Let's see what you guys are feeling. Driver of the day then. I think we've got to put Dutchster in there, considering he got it. I think Toad Carrot.
Carrot's got to be in there
as well. Definitely in there.
Vader's got to be in there. 13 to 6.
Snacks for the race win as well. Wow, amazing. And tell you what, let's throw in a 5th in Storm Twister as well. Finally, a solid performance from him. You got a couple minutes there to vote for your driver.